Hello class, welcome back. A couple of things I want to edit about this modal, this dialog quickly. This button, I want to align it exactly, okay, let's put them side by side. I want to align it exactly in front of the title. So let's go here. Let me remove the left so we can align it. Let me adjust this. Okay, so 6% seems decent, and 90, or maybe like a bit more, yeah, 90, yeah, 91. I also want some margin between the submit button and I want to put the submit button on the right side as well. So 6 and 91, let's edit these values. So here, yeah, the left is 91 and the top is 6. And the button, I want to give it a property of float right and some margin top. I think 10 should be fine. Let's save. Let's look at our app. Oh, yep, it reloads. Okay, reload again. Alright, there we go. Cool, it looks much better now. Alright, I like the button on this side. One problem with this though, that I didn't fix last video, is that if I click submit and there's some errors in the state and I close, these errors are still in the state. So if I click here, I don't see them because we only receive them using component we receive props. But if I would type something and I would submit, we would quickly see the error. And then it submits. That's not very cool now, is it? Let's fix that. So in the data actions, I'm gonna create a function. Let's call it export const. Let's call it clear errors, which does just that. It doesn't take anything. It goes through dispatch and it dispatches the action with type clear errors. That's it. It just clears the errors essentially. And yeah, we have that type. So here, when we get when we close the dialog, we want to clear the errors as well, just in case. So we add clear errors here when we close the dialog. So let's bring it in as well. So clear errors. Let's copy it. Let's add it here in our map actions to props, and let's add it as a prop type. And it's the same as this, so we can copy this, put a colon and paste this. And let's, oh, prop types, not rop types. Let's save. Oh shit, I didn't mean to open that. Alright, failed to compile. Clear errors is not exported. Oh, because I didn't save all files. Let's save all files. There we go. Okay, so we open poster screen, we close it. Whoa, what is this? Maximum update depth exceeded. There must be like an infinite loop or something. So handle close. So set state, handle close, and then clear errors. Huh. Clear errors. No, UI reducer. So clear errors, set loading false, errors null. Oh, I see. There's an infinite loop here because whenever we call handle close, it calls clear errors, which sets the errors to null and loading to false, which triggers this again, which triggers handle close. So there's like an infinite loop. So we can solve it by, here instead of calling handle close, we can manually close without calling this function so that it doesn't loop. So we can just give it this. Actually, we could just copy this stuff over here. So yeah, we can close it without calling handle close, which shouldn't have an infinite loop. Alright, so if we open here and we close, cool, it doesn't bug out. And if we type something and we get an error, oh no, we don't get an error by typing something. Alright, so if we get an error like this and we close it, now we shouldn't get an error once we submit. Cool, and we don't. Nice. The errors are being cleared once we close the dialog. Alright. Let's actually start working on the button that let us expand our screens and see all the details of one screen. Alright, let me close this dev tools. Let's go here. Let's create a file called Scream Dialog. Actually, let's start by creating the action, because we're gonna need the action that gets only one scream with all the details. So here, let's in data actions, let's export const get scream without s, so singular, and we pass it the scream ID. Need dispatch as well. And here for loading, I'm gonna use the UI loading and not the loading that's inside of screams, or inside of the scream, the data reducer. So here we dispatch an action with the type loading UI, and here we do axios.get template string /scream / we pass it that scream ID, and here we do .then we get a result, and we need to dispatch a new type. Oops, I meant to enter the type set scream without an s, and it imports it automatically, and the payload is the res.data. And here after we need to stop loading, because nothing changes the loading from the UI to false if we don't do it manually. So let's say dispatch type stop loading UI, which we haven't created yet. And here if we have any error, we what do? We'll just console log it, I guess. We will never have an error unless our database is corrupt or something. So let's go to UI reducer and handle the stop loading UI. So case stop loading UI. Here we just return the state as it is, and we set loading to false, so the opposite of loading UI basically. Let's copy this, let's go up here, let's import it. Let's do the same in data actions, and let's go to our types, and we have set scream. We only need to create the stop loading UI. So export const paste and paste again. Alright, let's go to our scream card, and here let's import our scream dialog. Import scream dialog from the same directory, and let's put it at the bottom right here at the end of the card content. So scream dialog, we're gonna pass it the scream ID so that it uses it to fetches the scream, so that it knows which scream to get. And we're gonna pass it the user handle, which we will need way later. User handle. Alright, we're done here. Let's close this. Let's close all of these. We don't need to use them anymore. Let's save this and close it. Make sure we don't have any errors. We don't. Cool. Here we're gonna need a bunch of things similar to to post scream. So let's take these, paste them here. We're gonna need day.js as well to show when a scream was posted. So import day.js from day.js. We're gonna need link to have a link to the user that posted this scream. So no, React user, what? React router DOM. And here we're gonna need a bunch of material UI stuff, which is let's copy from the post scream, this stuff, the dialog stuff. Let's copy from here to here. We don't need the add icon, so instead we can just put a comment saying icons. And here we need the grid, because I'm gonna split the card into two sides. One side has the picture, one side has the details. From material UI / core / grid, and we're gonna need typography, of course. / typography, and we're gonna need Redux stuff. So connect, and we're gonna need get scream, let's create an empty styles array object for now. Let's say class scream dialog extends component, and here let's do the prop types. So scream dialog dot prop types. We're gonna have the get scream function. So prop types dot func dot is required. We're gonna have the scream ID from passed down. So prop types dot string dot is required. We're gonna have the user handle that we got passed down as well. Prop types dot string dot is required, and from the state we're gonna get the scream dot object is required, and we can just copy this. Same thing for the UI, we need the UI for loading. And here we can do our map state to props, which will take the state and return the following. What do we need? We need the scream, which will be in state dot data dot scream, and we need the UI, which is in state dot UI. All right, we're gonna say map action const map actions to props. For now it's just gonna have get scream. We need to export default, connect map state to props, map actions to props, and here we pass with styles, and the second will be scream dialog. Alright, so in our component, so this is a dialog, so we need in our state we need an open boolean, which is false by default. We need a handle open, which sets the state open is true. Let's copy it, paste it, change this with close, and open with false. All right. Actually, we need to call here when we open the screen. We need to call the get screams, because when we open the screen, we need to when we open the dialog, we need to send a request to our server to get our screen. So we call the get scream and we pass it the ID. This dot props dot scream ID that we got passed down from the scream card, and here inside we need to create the render, and inside of here let's do const, let's get classes, and let's get the scream, and this will be because get scream is gonna get us the scream and set it in our props as the scream, because we get it from the state here. So here from scream we're gonna get everything. So scream ID, we need the body, we need the created at, we need the like count, we need the comment count, even though we're not gonna use all of them in this video, but let's get all of them anyway. We need the user image, we need what else, user handle, And after scream, actually, why did I do scream twice? Like this, and here, like this. After scream, we need to get the loading from UI, so UI, and we destructure loading from it, and all of this equals this dot props. Let's save so it formats. And here, after we get all this stuff, we need to return a fragment. Oh, why is it not closing? Come on. Fragment. Oh, what am I doing? This is inside the render. So inside the fragment, first thing of course is the button that opens this dialog. So my button, and the on click will be this dot handle open, and the tip will say expand scream, and we'll have to style it. So let's do tip class name. Let's say classes dot expand button, and yeah, inside the button we will have an icon. This will be the unfold more, and with a color of primary. Actually, I forgot to import this, so here let's copy this and select this, alt select this, and say unfold more. So yeah, we have the icon. After we put our dialog, so dialog, close it. We can actually get the stuff from post scream. It's exactly the same. Actually, even the close button will be the same, I think. Let's copy all of this. So let's go back here. Let's do this. Yeah, this dot state dot open, handle close, full width, max width, and the button close has an on click, handle close, and close button as the class. Cool. All right, so here after the button right here, we put our content. So let's say dialog content, and let's give this a class name of classes dot dialog content. And here, because we need to check if we're loading or not, let's say dialog markup, and here after all this stuff, let's say const dialog markup equals if loading, then we're gonna have we brought in the circular progress. So here let's say circular progress, and this needs to be massive, so size let's give 200, and yeah, this is it. And else, if we're not loading, then we need a grid container spacing. Let's give a spacing of 16. Why didn't it close it? Grid, and here we need the items, so grid item. This is the side for the image, so I'm gonna give it a width of 5, so SM5. And here we'll put an image. Source will be user image, and the alt, let's say profile. And here let's give it a class name because we need to style this image. Profile image, and let's copy this. Actually, it would have been faster if I typed it, but whatever. Actually, maybe not. And here first thing we will need to show is the handle of whoever typed this, whoever posted this screen. So typography, and then here we'll have a component link because this needs to link to the user's page. Color primary, and here we give a variant similar to the screen card, actually exactly the same. Variant of h5, and this will go to, let's do backticks /users / $ curly braces user handle. And here, let's close the typography. Actually, no, let's close it like this because we need to write stuff inside of it. And here we say @ and then we concatenate the user handle. I misspelled user handle here like this. Cool. After the typography, we need to put a horizontal ruler, but I need to style this. So let's call this I don't know, invisible separator. And let's go up here in our styles. I think we might need the global styles, so let's take theme and then return and then spread theme here. And this invisible separator will have a border of none because a horizontal rulers by default have some border. I don't want it to be visible. And let's give it a margin of 4, so it creates some space between our elements. So let's close this tag, and here we get our created @ we put when this screen was posted. So here the variant will be body2, and let's give this a color same like in the screen card, a color of text secondary, so it's kind of gray. Don't know why these tags are not closing again. So oops, inside of the typography here, let's do an expression day.js, and we pass it the created @ and we do .format, and I've written this in front of myself in a piece of paper. Let me check it. So it's h : space a comma capital double D quadruple Y. So this is the format of the date, and here we'll have another HR with a class name of classes.invisible separator again, and here we'll put the body. So say typography, and here let's have a variant of body1, that's it. And here we just put body. All right, this is it for now. Let's save. Let's check if we have any errors. We don't. Cool. All right, so we get this expand button, and if we click it, we get nothing. Let's look at our state. Receive true for non-boolean attribute container. That's interesting. And here in our state, let's look at the data. We're not getting screen for some reason. List.props.get screen. Oh, because in the data reducer I forgot to handle the type, or the type gets set screen. So here let's say case set screen, screen like this, and here we need to oh my god, no. Really? Come on. Okay, return. Sorry about my caps, guys. So state, and here we set the screen, the singular screen, to simply action.payload. Let's save, and this time let's check, we expand. Cool, we get our screen, we get all the details of our screen, and if we look here in our state, in our data, in the singular screen, we get this screen. So let me change the view to the tree. So yeah, we get that screen, and then if we go to this screen, it will it will change to that screen. All right, so let's style the image because right now it's massive. In the dialog here in the styles, let me close the terminal, and here the profile image, let's give it a max width of 200, or 200, not 300, and let's give it a height, same 200. I want it to be circular, so let's give it a border radius of 50%, and let's give it object fit of cover in case the ratio doesn't match the 1:1, so that it doesn't stretch it. And here as well, I want to style the content, because right now all this stuff is kind of going to the edges as well. It's too close to the edges. I want to have some padding, so to push it a bit in. So let's do dialog content, and here we're just gonna give it padding of 20. Let's save. Let's go here. Let's make this button go to the right, and now this is container. Alright, so our grid is behaving properly. Now this button needs to to go to the right. So here we say close button, and what do we position? Absolute. And here we say left 90%. Cool, but for some reason the padding is not working. So where is the padding? Dialog content. So class name equals class name.dialog content, actually with lowercase d. Alright, cool. So we're getting our details inside of the screen, and yeah, it looks okay for now. Alright, so this video is getting long. In the next video, we're gonna start to show the same action buttons, the like and the comments, inside of the screen right here, inside of the dialog, and yeah, look forward to that one. And thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.